What's going on, guys? It's Mark from Prime Toys Media. Welcome to the weekend toy review. Today we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection's Phantom Ranger. So let's go. Alright, the Phantom Ranger from Power Rangers in Space. Box. Basic Power Ranger Lightning Collection box. Got the artwork on the sides. Nice hero shot on the back. Nothing more than you need for that. You can see inside he's going to have extra fists, gun, laser blast effects. So before we get this cracked open, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. We open toys old and new, and let's check him out of the box. So like I was showing, guys, he's got 2 blast effects there, 2 different fists, and his rifle. So if you ever get your figures and you can see that this blast effect is obviously bent, and I'm not going to do it yet, but before I take photos, I will stick it in some warm water and it should bend that tip back straight, because that looks really dumb curved like that, but that's what you get from being packaged the way it has. So there's the first blast effect. There's his rifle. Bigger blast effect that looks like it goes over top of his torso, so it looks like you're shooting at him. The 2 extra hands, or in this case fists, because his hands that are on the body are both trigger pulling hands. So you got a nice switch out to fists. And here he is, the Phantom Ranger. You can see those hands like I was saying. Trigger hands on both sides, but it only comes with 1 blaster, so that's a little weird. So obviously when I pose him, I'll swap one of the sets of hands for sure. Out of the box, he does come in, it looks like about 6.5 inches. You can see there on the camera. It's respectable, a little taller than the average person, but not too far off. The sculpt is real neat. Very, very reminiscent of the show character, which I'll throw on the screen now next to him so you can get a side-by-side comparison. You can see his different panels and pieces of armor. It's like a T on his back. Bootstraps are really cool. So a lot of little detail touches that make this a really good figure to have. Articulation wise, head spins, a little bit of up and down, not too much. He does have double elbows, even though I didn't bend the arm all the way back. Does have double knees, and the knee pad works out really well. Doesn't deter from the design at all. Looks like it works really good. Sometimes that double knee looks real funky on characters, especially ones that have skin or a cloth leg. Legs twist at the upper thigh. He twists at the upper chest, not at the waist though. Shoulder pad gets in the way. You can't go all the way around, at least not with it tucked in. Can pivot it out though pretty far, which is nice. Let's get his blaster in his hand. Today he's going to be left-handed, whether you like it or not. Blaster effect just pops in there. Like I said, looks pretty sad. Wah, wah, as it dips down. Can't tell as much coming at you though, so that's cool. Him getting shot at blast is really cool. That's neat. You can see getting some use out of this if it's not on him. I could possibly put it on some other figures. It's just real flexible plastic, almost a rubbery consistency, so shouldn't have any issues with it breaking or tearing as long as you're careful. I've got that sideways. Let me just fix that. There we go. That fits a little better. It's so sad with that blaster thing pointing down. There we go. It's a neat way to do the effect. A couple more shots of him side by side with the character from the show. Now, in the original series, they never revealed who he is. I think the current Boom comics are going to reveal, if they haven't already, by the time this comes out. I haven't been reading them, though, so if you know who he is underneath the mask, let us know in the comments. Hopefully it's somebody that is from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line. That's pretty much as far as I went in terms of actually watching, so... But enough of this. Let's get him on display with some other characters and see how he scales with other figures. Two things before I pull out those other figures. I did swap out the hand. It just pulls out. But the hands do pivot and rock and spin. They have a pretty long pin, so be careful when you push it back in that you don't bend that pin. And because he is a fully masked figure, one of the fun things I think that'll be to do is pop his head off, because it's a standard ball just like most of the Hasbro figures, and literally put on anybody's head that you want. For example, let me grab somebody. Could it be? Could it be? The Phantom Ranger is Jason from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh my god, I'd never seen it coming. Spoiler, spoiler. Don't let it ruin the show for you. But that can't be possible. No, of course not. I'm just messing around. Like, oh, and you can do crunches too. So posable. And since I brought up Jason from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, let's bring him in first. So you can see he's just a little bit shorter than the Phantom Ranger, which works out pretty good. Looks nice, being that they're from the same line, it makes sense. When you're looking for another space character to pose him with, you know, we got Zaalbar here, the Chewbacca stand-in. Works pretty good. Again, being that they're all Hasbro figures, it makes sense. If you're looking for a little bit more adventure, you got Master Chief, so you got the guys with the full helmets going toe-to-toe. Master Chief is around 7 inches, so like the McFarlane figures, he is going to scale bigger if you don't mind him being, you know, about a head taller than your Power Ranger, your Phantom Ranger. Then this works. And lastly, who's always looking for the best battle, someone to fight that's worthy? Goku. And these Bandai Dragon Ball figures are a little bit shorter, which works if Phantom Ranger is to be a little bit taller. So, looks good. Guy's pretty awesome. Recommend him if you haven't picked him up already. And let's get out of here on some cool pics.